What's good, YouTube? It's Aquarius Shape on WB, and I'm back with another vlog video. Um, we have some breaking news. Well, not really breaking news. Kyrie Irving is out for the season. Now, I was just on, I was just watching First Take. I guess they got the news before any of the other social media platforms got it. They expect KD and Kyrie to come back 100% next year. Now, I'm not going to give you reasons why. I'm just going to say this out there front. KD and Kyrie made a huge mistake by signing with the Nets. And here's why. The Nets are known for taking talent like Kyrie and KD and turning it into a pile of monkey shit. Now, it wasn't always like this with the Nets. They had Vince Carter, they had Jason Kidd, but that was way back in the New Jersey Nets days. Obviously those days weren't over. They had a couple of runs at the title, but fell short because they was always getting bounced out in the first round. Won a couple of Atlantic Division titles, but always wind up getting out in the first round until they made a big splash like early 2011, 2012 when they signed, five max free agency. They signed Darrell Williamson, they signed Brooke Lopez, they signed Joe Johnson, they signed Gerald Wallace, and they just signed two other max players. That was, I think this was before. I'm not sure if this was before or after, but they signed three max payers. They signed Darren Williamson, they signed Joe Johnson, and then they signed Brooke Lopez to a huge max contract. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, that backfired. The Darren Williamson was a free agency, he bounced. Joe Johnson was a free agency, he went to the Hawks, he bounced. Brooke Lopez was a free agency, he bounced to the Lakers. I think he played with the Bucks. I'm not sure with his brother. And then after that, I think they still kept Darren Williamson. I'm not sure if they still kept him. And then they went out again and signed two other max free contracts, or three. They signed Jason Terry, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett way past their primes. And what happened? That shit didn't even that obviously it backfired. They didn't do squat. I think they won like 31 and 51. So the Nets always have an addiction of taking players past their prime, not in their primes, but past their primes. And I just gave you the list of names that they went out and got and backfired. Same thing with Kyrie and KD. Now, before this all happened with the Kyrie and KD chance to the Knicks, I wasn't for it. Because I didn't want the Knicks to do the same okey doke that they did a few years ago with Carmelo Anthony, giving up young assets just to get two broken down players that's past their prime, injury prone, and that's what would happen if the Knicks would have gotten KD and Kyrie. Now it's happening to the Nets instead of the Knicks. So who's more of a fool now? The Nets for not. Now obviously the Knicks couldn't really do nothing. Like I said, they tried to lower in free agency. It's the players that has to come. The team can only do so little just to advertise and say, come here, what I'm saying? Like, we'll provide you with the best, whoop de da, scheme. But Kyrie and KD wasn't budging because they didn't think that the Knicks team front office was capable of doing so. I mean, not really, but they just didn't feel, the presence. They thought the Knicks was just a messed up, dysfunctional organization, while the Nets had a lot to give and had a lot to offer. So it was always that, and yeah. So to me, I wasn't shocked, nor am I sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm truly grateful that the Knicks didn't do what they did. Because you know when the Knicks did that for Carmelo Anthony, that set us back way, 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 way back because we gave up our young assets. You know what I'm saying? Like for Carmelo Anthony, and before Carmelo Anthony, we brought in Stoudemire, and Stoudemire was nearly, in his prime. I think he was like around 27 at the time. So he was putting up buckets, like he was in contention. He was named. He was in the conversation for MVP for the first time in his career. And what did that Knicks do? They fucked it up, gave all our young assets away just to get Carmelo Anthony, and then we had that one great season, and then it all fell apart. Stoudemire wasn't the guy he once was. He fell off. Carmelo Anthony stuck around for the next, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, and then he fell off. And then we know obviously we had to trade him or release him or trade him, whatever have you. And then we hired a whole bunch of nonsensical, don't know how to do shit head coaches, until we finally got it right with Mike Miller. Now, is Mike Miller the answer? I don't know. I hope he has another role in this team besides coaching. I think he's doing a very good job at coaching. But if we were to bring in another head coach, I would still want Mike Miller to be on his team. Like he could be like he could be a scout for the D League. You know what I'm saying? Like he could be like one of those type of, assets to us. But if he doesn't want to and he walks away, that's fine. But like I said, the Nets, if the Nets are going to and willing to pull this off, they're going to have to either A, pick up two free agency and pick up two players in free agency, or build through the draft. Because obviously, you get two picks. I mean, depending on how many picks you have, you can have 3 picks in the first round. You can have 4 picks in the first round. And in the second round, you can have like 4 or 5 picks or 6 picks in the second round. So, and build that way. But, they're going to be so far back, they're going to be left with crumbs and yeah, they're going to be left with crumbs, because all the good players are going to be gone, So, I mean, who knows? Like they picked up that dude Harris. Like nobody knew who Harris was. And then all of a sudden he turns out to be this, you know, finesse young player. But like I said, if the Nets are willing, or if the Nets are willing to pull this off, they're gonna have to sign two players in free agency. Because I don't think KD and Kyrie is gonna get it done. I'm not really sold on the Nets bench. I think the Nets bench is bad. Like they gave up 12 bench points to the who they played. I think they played the Hawks. They gave up 12 bench points. The bench points gave up 12. I mean not 12 points, but the bench scored only 12 points. While the Hawks bench outscored them to 32 points. You know what I'm saying? So The Nets bench isn't really that good. Now they're starting five: Kyrie, whoever's at the shooting guard, obviously Kyrie, KD, who's ever at power forward, center. Yeah, I'm not gonna ramble on to see who's gonna be who's gonna be where, but the Nets. I mean, the Kyrie and KD can't afford to miss a lot of games. I mean, that's the key. I mean, I'm not saying that they're gonna play all 82 games, because I don't think they can. I think they will be out. They will miss. I think they will miss a lot of games. I don't think they're gonna miss a lot of games, but they're gonna miss a few games. They're gonna monetize their minutes, especially KD coming back from that injury. So you don't really expect to see KD that much. Unless they do load management, which I think the NBA should crack down on that. Uh, so I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, KD and Kyrie isn't enough to get them over the hump. You know, and people talking about how the East is weak. The East is not weak. Since LeBron James left the East has been competitive. You have up and coming team. You have up and coming teams doing better. You have the Hawks, who's not really that bad, but but they play hard every night. You know what I'm saying? So like I truly do think that the Hawks will turn it around next year and be a playoff contention. I really do think. Now that they have Capella, they have pieces around Trey. I think they could get it done. The Knicks is another team I could see my team going around, coming back around next year. Whoever they pick in the draft, I mean, whether it's first, second, third, fourth again, third again, who knows? Who knows? But I tell you this, like I said again, the Nets are gonna have to do something, because I don't think KD and Kyrie is gonna get it done. I just don't think so. People say that, oh, that's all the Brooklyn Nets need is Kyrie and Kyrie. No, they don't. Because Michael Jordan needed Scotty and Pippen to win those championships. Like, Michael Jordan, as good as Michael Jordan was, he was not gonna go in there. He was not gonna go in those teams' atmosphere and beat them by himself. Like, he could literally score 50 points every night and he would still lose. Why? Because he needed help. Just like how LeBron James needed help when he went to Miami for the first time, got embarrassed, came back, and won a championship. So that's the thing that the Nets need to do. The Nets need that number third option. Now, whether it's KD, because obviously KD signed a 1 year deal, and I don't think he's gonna be back. I highly doubt it if he goes if he like KD only signed a 1 year deal, so that means that he's an unrestricted free agency next year, right? He's an unrestricted free agency next year. So so the Nets would do everything in their power to get AD. So that means that they would get AD, they would have Kyrie, and they would have Kevin Durant. Three All Stars in one team. Now, now the Nets will be in playoff contention. But for right now, just those two in the history that they've shown you, like, come on, man. Come on. Come on. Sports is all about injuries. Injuries will happen to the best of us, to the best of them. You know. Michael Jordan was battling the flu. Uh, you know, like Rodman had muscle cramps in his thighs. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of players, whether it's basketball, football, whatever you're playing, sports is gonna take a toll. I mean, injuries is gonna take a toll on you. That's the curse and the gift of sports. Like you don't really play forever. Unless you're a quarterback and you can play up until your 40s. But other than that, like Kobe at the age of 36 retired. You know what I'm saying? Because his Achilles heel gave up on him. His body, like, I mean, his body just shut down on him. Shaq was the same way. Barkley, Kenny, you know what I'm saying? So Reggie retired so early. You know what I'm saying? So sports is not forever. Get drafted, be in the city for like 4 or 5 years, like wander around the league, and then by the time you retire, you'll have enough money to, start your own business or do whatever you wanted to do when you didn't have the time because you was on the road so much, constantly every day. So, I mean, like I said, man, yeah, yeah, I mean, y'all people want to follow the sheep a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just saying what I know, and what I know is KD is gonna take a hell of a lot than KD and Kyrie for the Nets to be a contender. You know, Stephen A. Smith is saying now, oh, they're gonna be title contenders. Stop it, stop, please, no, because if the Clippers win this year and they reload again, and then they keep the same core, taking a lot of pay cuts, which the Spurs did. Oh, they're gonna repeat back-to-back champions. Ain't no doubt about that. Even though the Lakers have a lot more than them, like if they win at least two back-to-back or three-peat, if they at least three-peat, then they won't be really recognized with the Heat. I mean, with the Lakers, because we all know, the Lakers will be so, you know, Lakers have so much championships right now. It's dumbfounded for me to see that the Clippers are going to match the LA Lakers with titles. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the Clippers, after Paul George and Kawhi is gone, they will be relevant. A lot of teams would say, a lot of players would say, hey, yo, man, you saw what Whoopi did to the Clippers? Like they revived that city, man. That city was dead when they had Chris Paul, Jordan, and Blake. You know what I'm saying? With those three, they couldn't even get past the first round. You know what I'm saying? But now look at them. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be the next destination spot. While LeBron James obviously signs a 4-year deal with them, so that means that he has 4 years to deliver them a championship. Now, obviously, this year is not going to count. So the next 3 years is really going to determine whether or not LeBron and James have it. Because I don't think this team is ready. I don't think this team is equipped. I think the Lakers are probably one one player shy of probably competing with the Clippers. Because I don't think KD, like I said again, it's the same thing with the Brooklyn Nets. I don't think LA has what it takes to bring down the Clippers. Just like how I don't think KD and Kyrie has what it takes to will themselves. Because I don't think KD is not a leader. You know, leaders don't go back and forth with other players on Twitter or whatever device he was using, social media device he was using. Like you would think Kobe would go back and forth with whoever he was beefing with at the time. Hell no. He said, okay, when I see you in the court, I'm gonna handle my business. That's how it is. You know, like Kyrie, like KD has that feminist persona about him. Like, oh, if someone rubs him the wrong way, he's gonna attack. He's gonna go on social media and bitch about it like a damn female. You know what I'm saying? Like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan wasn't like that. Like if they had a problem, okay, I'll see you in the court whenever we face finals, preseason, regular season, doesn't matter. I'm embarrass you, and that's it. Now these days, people are going on social media back and forth with Draymond Green. Like, what kind of bullshit is that? Like, come on, man. Like, this thing is, oh man, social media is just having a big impact on sports in the wrong way. Like around 2000 wasn't like that. Like if you saw me and I saw you, okay, I'm a, you know, like if I'm a defensive end and then the quarterback saying, yeah, okay, he won't even get a sack on me. Boom, I see you the next Sunday and I'll get freaking like 5 sacks on your ass. Now who's talking? Now people are just going straight to social media to release their anger, which is not really the right way. The right way is the old school way is to go out there and handle your business. So when Stephen A. Smith said that, KD's a leader. Like he don't obviously he doesn't see Kyrie as a leader, but he says KD as a leader. KD is not a leader. He's just as messed up as Kyrie is. Because like I said, the greats of the greats do not go on any social media platform to gauge war. You know what I'm saying? Like like Michael Jordan won't go out of his time to say, oh, okay, yeah, LeBron James is better than me. Let's see who's better. Boom. Like he's not gonna say that. Like he's gonna say, okay, like get your people and I'm gonna get my people, and then we're gonna see who's the best. You know what I'm saying? But this is the world we live in now. Like if somebody rubs you the wrong way, gets underneath your skin, you're gonna bitch about it and go to social media and bitch about it more. You know what I'm saying? So I just say this to say this, and then I'll be out. Um, Now the way the Nets are playing right now, they 25-29 right now. So they would have to win their next 10 or 5 games to be remotely in that eighth seed spot, whatever have you. But if they lose the next 5 or 10 games, then they probably out. So I don't think they get now. If they can make the playoffs with the Kyrie, that tells you that two things: the Nets don't really need them both, or the Nets just wanted, or the Nets just did that to gain popularity over the New York Knicks. Because these are the only because the Knicks and Nets are the only two New York teams in the NBA. So I just think that if the Nets can somehow win the next 10 or 5 games, because obviously you're gonna lose some, but if they can win the next 5 games and manage to squeeze that eighth spot, that tells you a lot. That really tells you a lot. You know. So like I said, man, I'm thankful that the Knicks didn't pull that trigger. The Nets, like I said, they're addicted to players past their prime. You know, um, hope it backfires. I hope they backfire out their ass. And just the Knicks right now are just laughing because the Knicks are set right now. All the Knicks need is a point guard to make to make that whole team go. That's all they need. We don't have a point guard right now. That's the only thing. And probably sometime this afternoon, I'll probably drop a Knicks video. The draft, in the mock draft, who they should be selecting. So yeah. Like I said, leave a comment on below if you like this video. Please subscribe and share. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Peace.